Today is a day for bringing up joy for me. I sit here in front of the rising sun and I put on my sparkly makeup today because I want to invoke that part of myself that was really bright and shiny. It's like many of us, the last several years, I turned my light way down. I wanted to hide. And I didn't feel comfortable speaking out, talking about myself, sharing my truth, whatever, saying anything that God forbid, would be controversial or upset someone or ruffle someone's feathers. Because I've done that a few times, and boy, the repercussions are sure challenging. But anyway, today, let me say, yesterday I was going back. Yesterday I decided I was breaking up with Facebook for the most part, because it did not bring me joy. And I don't resonate with, it's like I would go on Facebook and the community that was there that I had built years ago no longer resonates with me. It feels like really heavy and icky, and I'm like, ugh, get me off here. But I was going through my old group I had for a podcast show. I did a show called The Awakened Goddess Show. I interviewed metaphysical guests from around the world and had a lot of fun with that. And at one point, I manifested a trip. Shh, it's okay. My protector's back here. Shh, it's okay, baby. It's okay. At one point, I manifested a trip through Europe, 30 days. I didn't pay for anything. I'm sure I'll be talking about that at some point on a future video. Anyway, they're just walking. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Oh, anyway, I was watching old videos that I'd posted. I basically posted my travel adventures along the way, because I was building my manifestation muscles and learning how to manifest money every step of the way on the trip. And oh my Lord, I did not even recognize myself. I kept looking at the date. I'm like, really, was this only 2017? That's not that long ago. And the person I was watching was so radiant and so joyful. And like, I remember back when I was filming those videos that I was quite self-conscious. I was subconscious too. I was quite the sun is really bright. I was quite conscious, whatever. I think you got the point. I was really aware of myself, and I was finding myself be a little embarrassed about sharing my joy. Anyway, I was like, oh my Lord, I want that back. I want to be me again. It's still me, but that part of myself over the last 5, 7-ish years, there was just like, I felt like so weighted down, and I felt like it was not okay to be happy. It wasn't okay to be joyful. It wasn't okay to be full of myself. I say that because that was kind of how I felt, or I felt like I was being challenged by people outside of me about being too much, or like, who does she think she is, or whatever. And I would get these reflections back, and so each time I would hide a little bit more. And I learned, I basically put myself in a state of fight or flight. Like, my whole system was constantly, I was feeling anxious, and to repress that, I would self-contain, and I would take all of my energy and internalize it, and I would brace against the world and brace against the fear of some bad thing happening. And the bad things that I would imagine happening would be being attacked for meaning shaming and feeling wrong for being vulnerable and for being myself. So in watching that part of myself, I was like, oh my God, I look so young and I sound so young, and how is it that that's only been, what, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 8 years. It just does not add up to me. So when I turned 50, I decided I was going to start reverse aging. I was like, you know what? I feel confident in myself enough now that I am going to become my best self. I always thought I was being my best self, and I was in the moment to the best of my ability. But as I mentioned in my video yesterday, I felt like I needed to fix something about myself. And, there was never something to fix, but it's interesting how we look back at ourselves and we have such a different perspective on ourselves. Like, I used to always think that in the moment, in the past, I would always feel heavy, like fat. That's, fat, whatever. Carrying excess weight. And anyway, I would always, whenever I would look at the pictures of the past and knowing that I felt that way, I'm like, God, I looked great. I don't know why I felt that way about myself. And anyway, and a story for another day. But I'm just taking this time to reflect back on those parts of myself that I hid because I felt embarrassed for sharing myself and sharing my joy and just illuminating and being full of myself. So I invite you to see where you're not full of yourself, and let's be full of ourselves together. Not in an egotistical way, not in a egoic way or a show-offy way, but to be truly, genuinely filled up by ourselves. All right, I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.